Hey there, so glad you could come by. This is number 10, Swipe and Tilt Fluid Art, inspired by Sara Taylor. Okay, so these are all the colors I used. And as you can see, there's a ton of them to make this. I've been mixing paints for about an hour. Okay, so this one is the Payne's Gray, some of the Art Minds blue, a little black. Oh gosh, I'm not even showing you the color, am I? Excuse my cups. I've run out of the plastic ones and I hate to use them. So it leaves. It's thicker than I normally do. And this is inspired by Sara Taylor. I try to make the colors the same. This is, I believe, the cerulean blue. I mixed some Payne's Gray. I just kept playing with the colors, guys. I looked at her colors and I took it from all of these colors. So I just put it together. See, it makes a little indentation, and then it falls down. And she didn't add water. She didn't mention water, but I did because I found them way too thick. And this is the green with blue. It's actually really lovely. I don't know how people hold up their colors. And this is green with a little bit of blue, but mostly green, with a little bit of phthalo blue. And I think this one here, where is it? Darn it. This one here, I put a little black in and a little white of my white flood paint just to lighten it up a bit. And this is Behr Studio Iridescent Gold. I didn't have Arteza. I don't have any of their products. And this is what she referred to as a plum color. And it's basically, I just used the blue and I added some red and I played until I got this color. It is a lovely plum color though. Let's see. And then it disappears. I think hers are even slightly thicker. And then it disappears. And she had some golden fluid gold that looked like an orangey gold. And I just took my, one of my golds and I added a little bit of crimson to it. And this, I believe, is the Deco Art 14 karat. I didn't have the 24 karat. And this is, I was trying to make sort of a sagey green, which I did not make. But it's just green, yellow, white, and it just kept playing. And I may add a little bit more. I may take this out because I don't need much of it and mix it with some of the beige. And I had already had some copper here. Where is it? Where's the camera? Here it is. Oh goodness. Liquitex Basics copper, and I'm going to include that. And here is the Liquitex Basics bronze. And now she mixed all of her paints, and I have some Art Minds Sandy Beach. She mixed all of the paints, 1-to-1 floetrol. These two balls are going to be 1-to-2 because they're already pre-mixed with a tiny bit of pouring medium and a squirt of, she used Behr thing, which I don't have. I just use a little bit of wood conditioner. I don't really know. The base coat is going to be a basic flood coat, a little thinner. It is 2 parts floetrol, 1 part paint, and a little bit of water. Fairly loose. And this is my puddle, which is basically a 1 part paint, 1 part floetrol, and it's the Behr Satin enamel. And yeah, here we go. So here I've sped it up for you because it's boring, and you've probably already flooded the canvas several times. And I didn't put a heavy coat like I normally do. I'm just covering the canvas. And yes, right here I have the western sun on my side, and I'm just basically letting you know you can't let your paintings dry in a sunny spot in your home because it will lead to cracking. And as the top layer dries before the bottom layers of the paint do. Here I am putting on that slightly thicker pillow made from the Behr Satin enamel. And then I'm going to start layering on my colors. And I'm putting the sage green around. Sage, olive. It took quite a long time to get all of these colors together because it was a little of this, a little of that, waiting and patiently waiting, I should say, to achieve the color that was desirable to me. And here I am. I believe that's the first, the 14 karat gold. And see, I'm pouring it. I'm thinking, it's a little too thick for me. The 1-to-1 ratio, I don't know. I found it a little thick, but the metallics seem to always be. And this color, the gold with a little bit of crimson, oh my gosh. I have to say, I'm going to use that again. So if I discover anything, I like mixing paints because you just get to play and create colors that are appealing to you and not have to worry about what's in the tube of paint. And I'm sure you all know that. Perhaps there I could have used a little bit thicker bit of paint. Instead of using this stick, perhaps I should have just poured it. Sometimes goals can take over. And there's that plum color, that delicious plum color. And the order of my paints was the order that you saw. I had carefully thought it through and tried to line them up accordingly. So, yeah, I thought it turned out lovely, but I could have used a little more of that plum. But I'm always afraid with the violets, purple family, it seems to always take over. And there's that green with a tiny bit of blue. And I've cropped in so you could see a little more clearly. Hopefully you can. And there I'm using the big guns. And I believe that's the is that the Payne's Gray or the Cobalt? I think that's the Payne's Gray. And I love Payne's Gray. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's that blue-green. I may have switched them around a little bit. Yeah, that's the blue-green. Now these canvases are 16 by 20. And my goal was to actually make them so that they could be arranged in different ways. A movable art piece, I guess. You get bored of it, you turn it in a different direction, and they sort of met up in a few different ways. And there I am with some more gold. I'm going to just put on some music now, and as I'm going to proceed to tilt, and then I'm going to swipe first, I should say, and I am using a cell activator. I am using the Amsterdam, I think it's lamp black and floetrol, and I usually do a 5-to-1 ratio of floetrol to paint, and I'm going to swipe over in a sort of pattern, and then I'm going to tilt, and then I'm going to play. So here's some music. And please do follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and as well, if you can subscribe, it would be so appreciated. Please comment. I love to hear comments, and I always really try to respond. So here we go. here are the dried results. It came out beautifully. Thank you for joining me at Artistry by Rita. Ciao.